Hello friends, welcome back to another episode of Maruthanayagam alias Mohamed Yusuf Khan. So it's been quite a long time for me to do the entire documentary and the research because I have to go through lots of documents and books and I refer a lot of other source materials before I can conclude on this series. So today I'll be concluding the entire episode of Mohamed Yusuf Khan and to start off with I will just give a small gist of what happened previously in his life. So, Mohammad Yusuf Khan has now joined the British Army and he has exhibited a very good talent of his bravery to Lawrence, who is a very important character in East India Company. And then he was now being promoted as a commander in chief for the first time in the Indian history. There has been native who has been nominated as a commander in chief for the British East India Company. So, moving on with, we will go on into the next part of his lifetime, where he was supposed to help Colonel Heron and has to march over to Madurai and to Palayankotai to seize it from the rebels. So now, previously, it was the Madurai was under the control of Queen Meenakshi, and then Chandra Sahib occupied it, and then it was then taken over by the Marathas, and then Nizam had it, and from him Nizam gave it to one of his sons, Abdul Hakim, and Chandra Sahib's close ally Alam Khan took over the to go to Madurai, and now it was the duty of them to take back Madurai and also Palangote, which was it was about 200 kilometers away from Madurai. And now Alam Khan, it was now taken back by a Mysore officer called as Mayana, and also there were a group of three people, Miana, Mohammadin, and Nabi Khan, whom I will refer as three musketeers to make it little bit clear. And now it was the job of Colonel Heron and Yusuf Khan to take back Madurai. But the problem was both of them didn't had a very good relationship, and also Nizam was not properly providing them with the necessary artillery to break into the fort of Madurai. So Yusuf Khan and Heron started off their expedition from Trichy, and during this time Yusuf was sent to in order to quench one of the rebels called as Lakshmi Nayak, which became a real disaster for them. And then Heron came into Maturai and he was able to bombard it with his pounders, and then he entered into Madurai without much resistance, and Mayan fled to Koilkudi, which is a very small place near Madurai. And now Mohamed and Nabi Khan, who I told us one of the musketeers, went to join Pulitevar. And Pulitevar, as you know, is one of the important characters in the Tamil history when it comes to rebelling against the British. And now the job was given to Muhammad Yusuf Khan, alias Maruthanayagam, to go and capture mine. And he led an expedition to the place of Koilkudi, and before he was about to arrive, the people were Mayan had a spy who told him that it was Yusuf Khan who was coming to capture him, so he escaped from the place. But still, Heron wanted the place to be captured, so they burned down the gates of the city and entered into it and plundered it and took away whatever wealth was left of to them during this issue. And Heron wants to have an truce with the Maravar clan and also with Tondaiman of Tanjavur, but Nawab was not ready to do this, which was a disaster which comes in the later period of the story. Now the problem with Heron is that he has occupied Madurai and also he is laying his eye on Palangotai. So he moved all his troops towards Palangotai, and where he met the famous rebel of Kattaboman, who was also an Palekarar, and they attacked Nelikotai, and and then they surrendered to give, told them that they are ready to give him rent, and there were a lot of gifts which was given as a when they collected the tax. So this was an issue because Heron wants to increase his personal profit, so he wanted to collect more gifts than the tax, which at the end made a deficit of close to 70,000 rupees on an yearly basis to the Nawab, and this was an issue for Nawab. And Nawab came up with a quite unique solution where he told there will be two people who will be maintaining the places under his rule. One will be the person who takes care of the military, and the one who is the person who takes care of the administrative and the civil activities. And for the military, it was Heron who was the in charge, and for the rent, he nominated his deputy as Mahfuz Khan, who was very close ally to him, and he was sent to him. But by the time Heron has jeopardized the entire campaign, so he was asked to come back to Madras to report about the various things he has done, or the misgivings, or the way he was handled the money of the company. No, by the time he was going back, he thought he can attack Police Eleven and to surrender him, but unfortunately didn't had the heavy guns to bombard the fort, which was also known to Police Eleven. So he said he won't surrender to him, and because of a mutiny, Hero moved back to Madurai, and from there he was on the way to Madurai. He was attacked by a lot of rebels, but still he was able to go back till Madurai, and where he left the troops under Muhammad Yusuf Khan, and he left for Madras, where he was court-martialed, and he was sent back to England. And moving on, now Nawab has the control of both Madurai and Tirunelveli, so now he laid his eyes on Velur, which was also ruled by one of Nawab called as Murzad Ali, and he wanted to quench him because Dupleix, who was a governor of Pondicherry previously, even recommended that Chanda Sahib successor can be this Murzad Ali. So he thought he can send Yusuf Khan to do this job of quenching this particular Nawab, but one of his close ally, Kilpatrick, told him that it is not a good activity because Vellore was quite well defended, and Yusuf Khan, with only his native troops, cannot take up this challenge. And about Kilpatrick, I want to say some few words. There's a very good book about Kilpatrick, which was written by William Danville. It is called as The White Mahal, and it is about the entire history of how Kilpatrick went on to marry an Indian lady, a Muslim lady, and how the love affair went on, and how it came to an end. So this is a very good book which I would recommend you to read, and it has a lot of facts. So now Kilpatrick and Muhammad Yusuf Khan went on a negotiation with Mustafa Ali, and he wanted to keep on extending the negotiation because he was expecting the French from Pondicherry to arrive to to solve this issue, because there was a siege laid by the British around them. And then Mustafa Ali told Yusuf Khan that he's ready to pay 1 lakh rupee as an deposit so that he cannot be harassed in future by the Nawab. And this was conveyed to Ormi, who was in charge in Madras, and he arrived here to collect the money. But at last minute, Mustafa Ali told that he has not told anything, something like that, and Yusuf lied to him. Yusuf was a short-tempered person, so he was about to pull his dagger and strike it on Mustafa Ali, but Ormi stopped him to do this, and he said that he was ready to give them 2 lakh, and there should be no more harassment from the Nawab. But Ormi, as a person of by faith, he said no, it is not possible for him to accept the 2 lakh. But by the time French main force were closing in, and Kilpatrick know that he cannot defend his siege against a very big army of the French, so he retreated back to Chennai, or the Madras, and Mahfuz Khan was now on back to Tirunelveli, was in charge of Tirunelveli and Madurai tax collection, but he lost two important battles to the Three Musketeers army, and in which Modi Mehin sold Calacar to King of Travancore for his help to capture Tirunelveli. So it was now the start of King of Travancore also coming into support of either British or the French or the rebels in various way. And now Mayan and the Three Musketeers plan to capture Madura because we have the support of the King of Travancore. So Nawab now asked for the help from the council and asked somebody has to be sent to capture it. So Yusuf Khan was sent now with the military to capture back and to control the rebels. During this time, as Mahfuz Khan was not so well in maintaining the country, there was another person called as Tirappa Mudali, who was nominated as the Rent, replacing Mahfuz Khan. And the war was about to start with the French in Europe, so they wanted a lot of European officers to be present in Madras. So it was only in the hands of Yusuf Khan laid the fate of both Madurai and Tirunelveli from their side. So now there was a big army which was sent to Madurai and Tirunelveli on the way, and Yusuf Khan was selected as a military engineer who will also take care of the money which has been collected, and he will remit it to the Captain Kalikud, who is in Trichy. And Mudaliar was having a deal where he will pay 11 lakh, 12 lakh, and 30 lakh respectively on a 3-year basis, and he will also maintain the troop maintenance, which was a little bit of faulty because troops keep on increasing, but at the later part, you will see that Mudali was not ready to pay for the extra troops which was there under his disposal. And there was an agreement signed on 28th of June 1756, and it was effective from 1st of July. And Muhammad Yusuf Khan started off from Trichy to Madurai on his way. And by this time, Nawab was not quite happy with Muhammad Yusuf Khan leading the force and to be reckoned as a military officer. So again, he said it is that Mahfuz Khan can do something on this topic, because Mahfuz Khan came up with a brilliant idea. He went to the Kattaboman, Etayapuram, and asked for some troops for exchange of some land, and in this he was able to get some of his troops, so he was able to defeat the Travancore king. So this was an argument placed by Nawab to say his close confidant Mahfuz Khan he still has the energy to maintain this place, but it was too late for him, and by the time Yusuf Khan has already arrived to Madurai, and there was no possibility that he can be taken back. So on the way from Madurai to on the way from Trichy to Madurai, you have to pass through an important part called as Natham Pass, which has a lot of small different group of the Maravan clan who plunder their rebel armies, and they were of guerrilla type attack. So it was quite difficult for some of them to cross this. So what happened is Yusuf Khan took an en route to Madurai, and he met the governor Barmatullah in the garrison, and he left for Tirunelveli. And on this way, he was able to ride across the Palekar, and he crushed them, and he captured many of their areas, and he also went on to capture Srivilputtur and appointed some of his close confidant as the important zamindars during these plays. And once he reached Tirunelveli, he asked Mahfuz Khan to leave Tirunelveli, and because he was not able to maintain it, and the Mudali team, which was collecting the revenue as a part of renter, faced a lot of issues with Mir Jafar, who is an agent of Mahfuz Khan, and he was also asked to go back to Madurai. So on the way to Madurai, there was an interesting incident happened where Mahfuz Khan was taken as an hostage by a group of mutiny sepoys, and now started the first siege of Madurai by the British company, which will in future will also happen to Muhammad Yusuf Khan. So this is the end of this particular episode, and I will meet you in the next part. Thank you for joining.